All right, welcome to this video, everyone. 2022 companies that are hiring, and these are mostly non-Chinese ESL companies. So we're going to get into about 10 companies. All the links to apply will be in the description of the video. If you'd like to work with me, learn from me, there are also links there as well. And there is a free course that you can get right up here if you'd like to get into online teaching. So the very first company that I wanted to talk about is NOVAKID. So I'm going to kind of put up my share screen in just a second. But NOVAKID, essentially, what I know about them is that they pay around $8 base pay for 25-minute classes. They have students in Russia, Poland, Turkey, Germany, Spain, and several others. So as I say, the pay is around $8 per class, which is about $16 an hour. Apparently, they have good bonuses. You can get trial conversions and bonuses for positive parent feedback as well. Apparently, they can be slow to hire teachers. The onboarding can take several weeks to several months, from what I hear. They are a global company. They do ask for a 20-hour-a-week commitment. And as far as the hours, the priority hours are from 10:30 till 2 Eastern time. So that's 10:30 in the morning till 2 Eastern time, with what they call half priority hours from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning Eastern time and 2 to 3 Eastern time. So let's just take a look at NOVAKID. We'll pop myself over here. And yeah, so here we are. They tell you a little bit about them, what they offer. I've heard some really good reviews about NOVAKID, and I've also heard some really poor reviews. So, check them out. They certainly do have a nice looking website. You can see the requirements here. And they are hiring from South Africa, my South African friends, and near native speakers from other countries. So that's really cool. They're not just looking for native English speakers, although that seems to be their priority. But if you're a near native speaker with a bachelor's degree, you can certainly apply. Of course, TESOL courses are also looked highly upon. They want to have a 1-year teaching experience with children, not required to have online teaching experience. But they, as I say, this is the one thing, that kind of prevents a lot of teachers jumping in with them, is that they require 20 hours per week. So that is a lot. But if you're kind of wanting to go with one company and you're able to commit that, then this one looks like a pretty good one to go with. So that is NOVAKID. Again, the link to apply to NOVAKID is below as well. And the second one here that I want to show is probably the company that I send the most teachers to, because they always seem to be hiring, and they especially have a big demand for their kids program. So CAMBLY is a worldwide company. They're very reputable. They have been around for a while. They have an adult side, they have a kids side, and they seem to always be hiring. And they were a really good option when companies started to close in China, because it was easy to get on with. The hiring process wasn't too difficult. Some teachers had to wait a while to hear back, but they're a fairly easy way to make $12 an hour. So that would be $6 per class. And if you're looking for something, and I understand that some teachers would never want to work for that rate, but some teachers would be desperate to. So again, take or leave these options as they suit you. But $12 an hour. And a really easy company to work with, no prep required, mostly conversation, and yeah, not bad. So I know a lot of teachers in the chat are probably working with CAMBLY or with other companies like them, and maybe you've had experience with CAMBLY. Let us know if you have, and your thoughts about them. So that's CAMBLY. You can apply to CAMBLY and get accepted into their adult program, and then also apply to the kids program. So the link for that is in the description of the video. So that's CAMBLY. Company number 2, let's look at company number 3, which is ENGOO. ENGOO is a company that's fairly similar to CAMBLY. I'm pulling up here their application form, so not a whole lot to see here. We'll drop this down. As I say, similar to CAMBLY, no minimum hours required. ENGOO, from what I've heard from most teachers, is that it's really fun. It's really easy to teach on the platform. You basically apply, you record yourself answering a couple of questions. After you do that, after you pass that, there's a live demo where will teach a 15-minute essentially daily news lessons. So if any of you are private teachers, you may have used ENGOO's resources to teach your classes. They've got some fantastic free resources, lesson plans, material, discussions, debate material, topics, all kinds of things. So you'll teach a 15-minute lesson with a student or teacher, and you'll go over the vocabulary section, read the news article together. They're just kind of looking to see that you've got a good presence online and that you are going to be a good fit for them. They pay once a month through Payoneer. Mostly adults from what I've heard, but there certainly are kids. It just seems to be mostly adults that are taking classes. They pay even less, $5 per class or $10 an hour. Again, I always tell online teachers to diversify your income. Don't just rely on one company, but some of these might be a good fit to fill in some of the gaps. The adults are mainly from Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. Apparently other countries as well. There's lots of students living in the US from what I've heard, and they work off of tags. So, it's good to get more tags so that you can be seen by more students. But yeah, so that's my tip. Get more tags, take more of their quizzes to be more viewable by more students. So that's company number 3, ENGOO. If you're working for ENGOO, let me know in the chat. Hello, Nil, watching from the Philippines. Good to have you. Could you tell me how the scheduling at CAMBLY works? It's a quarter of my independent hourly rate, picking up a 30-minute no pre-conversation after lunch if I feel like it. Could be interesting on slow days. Yeah, so you can do regular scheduling with your students on CAMBLY, or you could do priority hours. A lot of teachers really like doing the priority hours because you can jump in and kind of open up last minute and just sort of sit around and wait to get a call. So there are, those two options to be able to book. I think it's a great, definitely a great filler one for you if you'd like it to be. All right, next company is, now this is one I don't know too much about. It's FLALINGO. Let's pop up the tab here for that. All right, another simple form here. So if you go to their main page here, they talk about some of the benefits, work anywhere and anytime. We've heard those before. Flexible scheduling system. So they want you to be over 18, prior English teaching experience, headset and webcam, laptop or desktop. Okay, some of the things we kind of know about with online teaching. Again, similar to CAMBLY and ENGOO, it's also similar pay to both of those, with $5 for a 25-minute class, $10 for a 50-minute class. It's low pay, but could be a good backup for some. Fairly easy hiring process. Most of the students are adults from the Middle East, particularly in Turkey. You teach using Zoom, and apparently it takes a couple of weeks to get booked. You do get full pay. This is nice. You do get full pay for no-shows or cancellations within 12 hours, which you don't get with CAMBLY. So FLALINGO, like flamingo, but with an L. So again, link to apply to FLALINGO is in the description of this video. You're welcome. You're welcome. So the next one I have talked about before. This is definitely a higher paying company. It's called PROTOSTAR. So PROTOSTAR requires teachers to be available for a minimum number of classes per week. And I think it was 9 as of last year, spread out over a few days. They do pay really well, and they do have great teacher support. So, finding a company that pays comparable to what the Chinese companies paid is really difficult. So, definitely when I see a company that pays more than $20 an hour, I'm very intrigued and interested to promote it. They match the students to you. So they really want you to build like a long-term relationship with the students. They start you out slowly to get you comfortable and familiar with the platform. I did a video about PROTOSTAR. You go back about a year and a half into my channel, you'll find a video about them and the potential that you could make up to $33 an hour. It's very rare, and there aren't many teachers at that rate, but their pay is better. You teach 40-minute blocks, and then I think you have 20-minute breaks in between. So you aren't working the full 60 minutes. But, for actual teaching time, pay by the minute, it is definitely a higher paid company than a lot of others. I believe that they are based in Hong Kong, and they have students mostly in Asia. So I think they've had to do a little bit of pivoting as well with all that's gone on with the different companies. So that is PROTOSTAR, company number 5. Now this one, the next one that I want to talk about is LINGOACE. So company number 6 is LINGOACE, based in Singapore. Let's bring this up here. So there's very little in terms of a website that I can find for LINGOACE, but apparently they pay up to $20 an hour. So this is really good. They seem to be comparable to VIPKid in terms of the structure and how things work. Basically, it's a $7 base pay per class, so per 25-minute class. And then there is a $3 bonus or some sort of $3 incentive for revising homework. So that's where the extra 3 or extra 6 per hour comes into play. Students are mostly from Japan, Hong Kong, and Thailand. They are looking for at least 2 years of experience in teaching, tutoring, coaching, or mentoring. When you're filling out the Google form, which is linked below, include all that experience in there. The parents do see the total number of experiences that you have. So make sure you put all of that. They also look for a 4-year degree from a university. They prefer applicants who are English speakers from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. South Africa, I'm not too sure, but certainly give it a try. And they like to have a TESOL or TEFL or some type of valid teaching certificate. So again, similar to VIPKid in some ways, but I'm hearing a lot of buzz about them, and teachers are quite excited. So LINGOACE, global company based in Singapore. Check them out. Leslie, hello. LINGOACE. I've known several people that got hired, but then no hours. Yes, I've seen people say that, but then I've also seen people say that they have got classes. So I don't know. It's one of those that you gotta check it out. And maybe obviously don't rely on it, but give it a try if it's something that you are interested in. All right, so that's LINGOACE, company number 6. We're going to jump over to South America with company number 7. It is called Open English. I think it's also known as Latin Hire, and I've talked about them before because the hours are pretty good, especially if you're in North America. They pay between $9 to $11 per hour. They're looking for a bachelor's, a TESOL. They also like for you to speak a bit of Spanish. So that is preferred if you are a teacher that speaks Spanish. This might be a good company to check out. They have kids and adults. They require 4 peak hours per week. So something to keep in mind. I'm not always a big fan of companies that require a set number of hours per week. I like the flexibility of having no minimum. So if you are someone that doesn't mind that, then do check them out. And they are group classes. And from what I've heard from a few teachers, the material is really easy to follow, really easy to jump in and to teach from. So, that is one of the great benefits of working for a company. As someone who is now fully independent with a full load of 15 private students and, really busy with that, I can honestly, say that I miss the ease of what the company's offered. So I totally get if you are still looking for companies and trying to find a schedule that works with online ESL companies, even if they pay lower. I totally get it, but I always think that you should be trying to build your own thing on the side, whatever that is, whatever you are passionate about, whatever, fits your lifestyle. If it's a private teaching business, awesome. If it's something else, use the companies as a consistent income so that you can be building your own thing on the side and eventually having more freedom and making more money, if that's something that you're interested in doing. So company number 7, Open English. Let's go to company number 8, which is All Right. And All Right, here they are. All Right is an online company that is really good for my non-native speakers, specifically if you speak a European language. They teach English to European students, and they like teachers that have, can speak Turkish or Spanish or French or German or Italian or other European languages, specifically also Eastern European languages. So if that's you, Polish, please check them out. They also don't pay great, but I think it's comparable to like $10 to $12 an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Students are ages 3 to 15. They've got 25 or 55-minute lessons. They use the Cambridge Starters, Movers, and Flyers curriculum. Apparently, they've been established for they're an established company in over 30 countries in Europe. Okay, that was a typo in my notes here. You need to be available to teach at least 15 hours a week. I think they're flexible with that, but there is a bit of a minimum there. And they like, as I said, you to speak another European language. Okay, how are we doing in the chat? Do say hello if you're joining. We've got over 35 viewers, so I haven't said hello to everybody. Make sure you say hi. Let me know if you're working for a company or if you are doing your own thing with online teaching. And if you're not subscribed, I'll just take a moment to remind you that all it takes is a click. Look below and click subscribe. While you're watching this live, it really helps for you to click the like button as well. And if you're watching the replay, you can find out all this information in the comment section. And if you've got specific questions, I would love for you to leave a comment and I will get back to you with that. So moving right along to company number 9, which is HLG English. So this one also very difficult to find a website for, but they have a Facebook group that I have also linked in the description of the video, which is run by some teachers, I believe, so it'll be a good place to go. The pay is not bad at $12 to $15 an hour. They have bi-weekly bonuses. It is, I believe it's fixed hours, but you have mostly the same students for the duration of your contract. So definitely if you're looking for consistency, this might be a good one. The adult lessons are 10 minutes. That one kind of confuses me, but that's what I was reading. And the kids side, they're 25 minutes. They contract through large companies like Samsung. Oh, I believe they're in Korea as well. Mostly higher education for employees of various companies. So, check them out. Again, I'm just sharing information. I really don't know much about this one, HLG English, but looks like an interesting one to check out. And I have talked a lot about Korean companies on this channel. Previously, I really loved what NIL English was doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they are hiring at the moment, but you can certainly apply. You can go to onlineteacherdude.com/NIL, and it will take you to their application form. They kind of go through waves of hiring. So at this moment, I don't believe that they're hiring, but they were hiring a few teachers last month. So do check them out. But I want to highlight another Korean company today, which is bringing me to the 10th company, which is Mint English. So Mint English. They are Korean based, is what I understand. I found their job application on Indeed, and I've also heard some teachers talking about them. So what to say about Mint? There are a couple of managers that live in the US, and there's a manager in Korea that have regular communication with the teachers. Apparently, classes can be a little bit slow during the first couple of weeks. They pay $14 an hour, which, it's not bad, to be quite honest, for an ESL company right now. A lot of them are like in that 10 to 12 range. So 14's a little bit better. Things are picking up from what one teacher had mentioned. And so they recommend applying. So I thought I would include them as an option for you, online teachers that are looking for maybe another Asian-based ESL company. Check out Mint English. And I guess the demo lessons were also paid with Mint as well. Okay, very good. So those are the 10 ESL companies that I wanted to mention. I've talked about other companies on the channel. If I didn't mention them today, it means that they are probably not hiring. I've kind of done some checking around with some of the other companies that I was talking about in previous years. So this is the list for today. These are 10 online ESL companies that are hiring, and hopefully it's given you a little bit of maybe some ideas, maybe to add a company or to check out a couple new ones. If you have any questions, I'll be hanging around for another couple minutes, and then we'll be heading off. And we'll end this live stream. But it was great to hang out with everybody. Definitely lots of folks from all over the world. Always good to have you in the chat. And yeah, hello, Ludwig from California. Hi, Julie, tuning in from New England. Good to have you as well. No problem. You're on the run. Yeah, watch the rest later. Very cool. Yeah, so thanks very much, everybody. Again, if you are watching the replay, leave a comment. If you want to grab my free course for online teachers, it is at onlineteacherdo.com/free course. Really good if you're just getting started. If you're wanting to build your business and teach privately, specifically in the Chinese market, head over to onlineteacherdo.com/launch. See if I'm running the course live or if it's something that you can purchase and go through at your own pace, which is also kind of fun. That's the beauty of online courses, is that you get access to it for life and you get all the materials and resources and support and training and modules and downloads and all that great stuff to help you with your independent teaching journey. And I really truly believe that, you know, we are worth more than these companies, and that's why I don't really talk about them a whole lot anymore, because I'm really focused on helping teachers to build their private teaching business. But they can be a good start for folks. And if you're really struggling and you just need something on the side, part-time, I don't really recommend relying on any of these positions for full-time work. Yes, some teachers can do it, but be diversified. You know, make sure that you are applying to various companies. And again, as I said before, always building your own thing on the side. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Mondays are always a little tough, but hopefully you get through it and you have a great week of teaching or whatever it is that you were doing. And I will see you next week, same time, same place at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one, everyone.